Friends, listen, we're diving deep tonight into the very heart of 20th century political thought. We've seen Professor Dugin's framing, a century consumed by ideological warfare. But liberalism won, right? So why all this chatter about the end of ideology? Today we dissect Dugin's analysis. Liberalism, communism, fascism, all seemingly gone. A void. And in that void, he claims, the need for a new political theory, the 20th century. Politics transformed purely ideological. Previous centuries? Religion, dynasties, nation-states. But the 20th century, the world remade, along ideological fault lines. These ideologies, drawing from ancient roots, yet shockingly new, forged in the fires of modernity. Now that era fades, and we hear whispers, crisis of ideology, the end of ideology. The Russian Federation's constitution? It outright denies a state ideology. Dugin urges us, examine this closely. Three titans, Dugin says, dominated the 20th century. Liberalism, communism, fascism, a battle to the death, a bloody, dramatic political history. He numbers them, by significance, by their arrival on the stage. First, liberalism, born in the 18th century. The most resilient, and ultimately, the victor. It crushed its rivals, claimed the Enlightenment's mantle, the best fit for modernity, Dugin asserts. Second, communism, socialism in its many guises, arising later, a direct challenge to the bourgeois capitalist system, to liberalism itself. Finally, fascism, the third theory, often seen as totalitarian, yes, but also reaching back to traditional symbols, traditional society. A strange brew, sometimes eclectic, sometimes a conservative urge not to resist revolution, but to lead it. Fascism arrived last and vanished first. Liberalism and communism, allied combined with Hitler's blunders, brought it down. Was it homicide or suicide, Dugin asks. Debatable, but it didn't decay. Like the USSR, its disappearance set the stage for the Cold War. Liberalism versus communism. A bipolar world for almost half a century. By 1991, liberalism victorious, communism defeated. The second theory, in global decline, liberalism stood alone, the last titan of modernity, still capable of mobilizing the masses. And yet, precisely because it stands alone, we hear from all corners, the end of ideology. Why? That is Dugin's question, the question we must confront. So, Dugin's historical map. The rise, the fall of these three giants. But the core, the crucial point, liberalism's triumph hasn't brought peace, ideological peace. Instead, a crisis. A perceived void. Next time, we plunge even deeper into Dugin's ferocious attack against liberalism, to examine his argument that liberalism is inadequate, and that it necessitates the fourth political theory,